day. I hope, right? I hope. Let me see how I look. Or how the set is. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's put it over here. And let's raise it up a little bit. Oh no, maybe not. I think I like this better. Yes. There we go. All right. How's everybody doing? Oh boy. Let me tell you. That Friday I was doing Pluto in the third house and I got cut off. What's wrong, baby? You alright? You okay? Yes, I know. Listen. Listen. It's Sunday. And let me tell you, this witchcraft situation, another person dropped. You know, life is not a little bit without irony. Because let me tell you, I know there's 28 people. Well, there were 28. Now there's 10. 12 people died. And 7, 8, 9 walked away. But there's still about 10 more, including my ex from both here in New York and Florida, and that mean family, are still at it. Now look at me. I'm good. The spells, the death spell, the death of my company, my empire, my business, my health, even my looks has gotten better. Your witchcraft doesn't work. And I'll tell you why. Because I am a chosen one, an anointed one. Like there are many of us. And when you carry emperor or empress energy, you are divinely protected. So all that stuff you're throwing at me is coming right back to you 7 times. Alhamdulillah. And you think it's me retaliating. I am not retaliating. If I did, I would not look this good and this healthy. And there has not been one scratch of a difference. You got the right one. Because I was saying to myself, now what am I going through all of this for? You know, Virgos, we don't bother anybody. But we piss everybody off just because of who we are and the way we are. And we don't get down and dirty like some people do. That's why it's called Virgo. Virtue. Virgin. Pure. The symbol is the woman in white. Pure. You're going to fuck with that? This is why you're getting the karma that you're getting. Now, I wasn't going to get involved because this is none of my business. But now I have to get involved. I have to. Because these people are not stopping. It seems that they can't stop. Sometimes you just can't stop. Yay, boom, boom. Yay, boom, boom. Sometimes you just can't stop. Well, if that's the case, you're going to drop. And nothing is going to save you. And I'm looking at you. Nothing is going to save you. Because you are convinced that you're right and that you're justified for doing what you're doing, and you're not. Because if you were, the witchcraft would work. We're talking about justice and injustices and the laws of karma and balance. Who the hell do you think you are? You're not God, and God's kicking your ass, tearing you a new one. And the more hatred you throw this way because you couldn't get what you wanted, the worse you will get. So I'm telling you, begging you, stop doing what you're doing. Because it's not affecting me, but it's destroying you. Read Psalm 15. Ask for peace. Ask for forgiveness. Let God come into your heart and clean this stuff that's in you. I don't judge you because I've been a sinner. No different than you. But we're fellow human beings, brothers and sisters. And I don't want to see another person drop. So let me tell you, the avenging angel has been invoked because you are not stopping. And I'm going to tell you, because I see the future. Let me tell you what the oracle is now. Because now I got to be involved. If you read Psalm 15 and Psalm 144, there is a way for you to beat this. Get on your knees and pray in the name of Jesus, in the name of God, to forgive you and to take this vengeance out of you, to bring peace into your heart. So the rest of you can be saved and spared. This ain't worth it. But on a positive bent, I will tell you this, for all of you who are doing this. You got power in you to do this, to cause me to be a national YouTuber and address it. Means that you are, I cannot hide or ignore that it does, I do feel it. But it's not gonna knock me. At best, it's an inconvenience. But, and that's at best. At worst for you is that it don't work. But here is what's good about this concerning you. If you got this kind of power to do this, and you do, I'm telling you as the empress and emperor, I'm telling you, you do have it. Instead of directing it towards negative, use it towards edifying yourself and leveling up. That's more challenging than retaliating over something that you're confused about. There are many things that cause people to do this type of thing. Jealousy, envy. You're jealous because I'm gaining something that you want, that you think you're not capable of. That's an illusion. And then then that's jealousy. And then there are those who are envious, that want to live my life, have my money, even have my personality and take over, kill me and take over and be an imposter, a mimic, a copycat. Let me tell you, the best gift that you can give to the world is for your own uniqueness and to give that to the world. That benefits everybody. Because if God would allow copycats, then the world will learn from everybody else's uniqueness. Seek your own uniqueness. Because you cannot be me because you don't have my DNA. But you have your own DNA that is great in glory. Put that energy in discovering that. And pray to God. Read Psalm number 15 and 144. So God can forgive you and the karma that you're going through. Because I know you're going through karma. It's kicking your ass. I see it in the dream world. Let me tell you. Because some of you might think I'm full of shit. Do I have to call names? I actually spoke to my attorney on Friday. I can't call names. Not even first names, because by association, because I'm a public figure, you're all going to know who it is. So I'm now out to call you out. But you caught my attention. That should be enough to validate your importance. Yes, it's on the negative, but you can turn that around. Start small. Give to others. Be generous. But first you got to admit to yourself what you've done and that you did the wrong thing and ask God to forgive you. And trust me, the karma that you are experiencing, God can lift that. But you have to stop doing what you're doing and feeling self-righteous and thinking that somebody did you wrong or took something from you. This is in keeping with Pluto in Gemini, or in the third house, the sign of jealousy. Because this is what this is all about. Jealousy. Don't let the devil play you like that. You got the divine spark of the Creator in you. There isn't anything you couldn't do if you don't put your mind to it and do the work. This didn't come easy. I'm 54 years old. It took me half a century to get here. Everybody got to pay their dues. Everybody. Well, that's the news I have to say concerning that. Also, I would like to go and discuss Pluto in the third house, which is very much in keeping with what we're talking about. The third house is ruled by Gemini. Gemini is the sign of witchcraft. And Virgo, its brother or sister, the counterpart, the magician. So, Pluto in the third house can make you a very powerful sorcerer, magician, hierophant, or high priest, or high priestess. The empress or emperor of wands. Now, know that the emperor is the most strongest male energy in the deck. And the empress, the most powerful, beautiful, and wealthiest on the deck. You cannot fuck with these types of principalities. And we as priests, as hierophants, represent those principalities. So if you attack us, it's like you're spitting on them. They're like, oh, really, bitch? Really? And now you're fucked up. Be careful who you think is the enemy. Like I said, your enemy that you need to accuse and go after is among you. And you know who it is. So don't scapegoat people and do what you're doing. And that money, better put that money back, because I see nothing but disaster. And the FBI is on you. It's fierce. It's a soap opera. What's going on? But I have to get involved because too many people are dropping. The police is coming to my house. Am I associated with this? Did you know what happened here? I'm like, I don't know who these people are. It has caught the attention of law enforcement. This is serious. This is the third house. The police. The third house. Receive messages, letters. It's the pages and nights. Pluto in Gemini, if we associate it with nature, we have to consider two synchronic, two events that share synchronicity, but at the same time diversity. We don't understand or know, nor do we have reference of Pluto in Gemini. But, at 54, I understand what it is. They won't let me tell you. It's part of the Masonic order, so that I can't tell you. That sucks. I can't tell you. But suffice it to say, I have to drop the whole conversation. That's fucked up. But I'm high fun. I obey what they tell me. So this cannot discuss. But understand that the glory of God is in you. And whatever you can do, all you gotta do is believe, put your mind to it, do the work. Do the work. And you'll get there. Pluto in Gemini, I would imagine, has a lot to do with, let's say, three keys three keys guideposts: variety or versatility, Venus, esoterically speaking, right, which is cosmic, spiritual, is the esoteric ruler of Gemini, Venus. And Gemini, you know, the women and the men, very beautiful, attractive looking people. The stars of Orion, which will actually fall and overlap with the constellation of Gemini. And the hunter. And Orion's belt. And not too far, you know, the Pleiades. So it's beautiful, attractive looking people. That beauty that we see in Libra or in Pisces, because Venus rules Libra, is the esoteric ruler of Gemini, and it's exalted in the mundane sign of Pisces. So it's all beauty. This reflection of beauty that we see on earth through our trees, our flowers, our earth, our human beings, how attractive they are and beautiful, our animals, our plants, everything. Just beauty on all levels. Even the creation end result of creation itself is a representation of the beauty that we see in the Kabbalah tree of life in the Tipareth, the middle pillar, which is the sun. Beauty on very high levels. But then we have the counterpart, the shadow, which is the physical beauty. And physical beauty, like our universe and like human beings and physical form, is not forever. It's temporary. Beauty is but so deep. The real beauty is the beauty that you don't see. The beauty that you can't put into words. The beauty that's represented on physical form is nothing compared to the beauty of the spirit, which is speaking on a whole different level. Well, this great potential is evident with Pluto in Gemini. And talking about destruction and annihilation, here I am putting together nature that seems to have fallen a little bit apart. So now it's going to look a lot more prettier than when I started. I'm going to, clean. I can't even smoke the damn split. Peacefully. All right, guys, I'm giving you attention. Yes, I know. Okay. Yes, I know. These are Capricorn plants. And they are glorious. But we are in Aries, spring. So you guys are going to have to go soon now to have more of those that produce flower instead of cotton. And cotton days are over. But they are very durable plants. They resemble walking sticks, an insect that looks just like this and walks. In the Polarian epoch, we're talking about at least 100 million years before Lemuria, where the earth was forming. We had walking sticks that produced buds like that. The sexual wasn't asexual. It wasn't sexual reproduction. It was asexual reproduction through sporulation, budding, and binary fission. Binary fission, a form of sexual or asexual reproduction, is what became sexual reproduction as cells began to split in half, and then we have the level of sexual reproduction of mammals that we have today. But it began in this form of asexual reproduction, and these plants go back hundreds and hundreds of millions of years. And they have evolved from being insects to being these. But we do have certain species still alive today that look just like this, but they are insects. And that happened when one element will fuse with another element. Plants don't have a vital body to be alive. Yet, the Venus flytrap, it's a plant that eats insects. Protein. What plant does that? Well, that's because we have an actual live insect or animal that fused with a tree and became a subspecies of the combination of plant and animal. You all remember the comic book called The Swamp Thing? Remember them comic books, The Swamp Thing? That's not far from the truth. The Venus flytrap is an example of two parts of nature fusing to one. There was a time in the anthropological history of the earth. This is all Pluto and Gemini, the environment. The earth is an environment. The stuff that existed back then don't longer exist today. Or if it does, it has morphed into a new form, unrecognizable. And I have given some examples of this. The Sahara Desert. Like I said, there was a time where in the Sahara, it wasn't dunes of sand like it is today. It was plush vegetation, forests, ferns. The Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon didn't look like that. It was almost worse than a tundra that we see in Africa or in Russia. And then with the water, due to the ice age, when we moved out of the ice age and all that ice began to melt, it began to carve what today we know as the Grand Canyon. Beautiful. Here we see two parts of elements of nature, earth and water, create something else. Beautiful. So it's almost like the sculpture and the painting of canvas is the creating result of creation, and God is the creator. And that replica we can see below through us. That's one way to look at it. Another way, the explosions of the Big Bang. The Big Bang begins in Aries. Then after billions of years, it calms down in Taurus. And then it starts up again, collision, brrr, Gemini, chaos. And then from there, you will create more stars, more supernovas, more galaxies, different, more versatile, beautiful, strange, scary, and creative, far better than it was before when Pluto was in Taurus. So Pluto in Gemini, a reference that we don't know, but we can pretty much acquiesce by going through a particular trajectory of timeline, what it might have been like. Making a parallel to the human experience is a whole different matter. Because now we cannot rely on mythological or probabilities of what could be. Now we have to create empirical data to see how Pluto in the houses actually reflect the primordial principles of Pluto. And thank God that we don't live in that type of heightened level of intensity. But there must have been a point in our evolution in which we did. And that's Lemuria. But I won't discuss that here. I'll discuss it when I do the conclusion of Lemuria, which I hope and plan to do today. But, I'm taking a break. Because I hear the ring, and I'm talking, oh. Oh. Yes. Praise and praise and praise and praise. Church. Oh, really bit. Okay, see, the ghetto comes out. They always take my ring. My Aries ring. Always my Aries ring. I know, right? They be hating. My Aries ring. The ruby. I know, they always go for the ruby. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. You are really volatile today. Uh-huh. Oh, the ring got you? Okay. So, no, there's my spirit. Yeah. Where was I? Sunday just isn't a Sunday without your Aperol splits. I'm still illin'. You be illin'. You be illin'. So you ain't working? Stop. And the money that's being spent is stupid. Now, Trickster, it's Sunday. You don't even respect it. It's a Sunday. You wanted the fucking M&M's. I told you to wait. You know the Trickster, he loves these M&M's and chocolate candy, and he wants the ones that I hear. And I'm talking about Gemini, so the Trickster's out and about. You be in. Oh no, you know, you gotta laugh. It's really funny when you think about it. It's funny. But what's not funny is these bodies that are dropping. One, a car accident. The car fixed it out here. There was groups that there with bats and knives to try to jump me in the van, and the van had a blowout on the way to the bridge and toppled over. Now they're scared. And they think I'm the one doing this. I ain't doing that. God is in front of me and the avenging angel. Because what you're trying to do is an injustice. If you have any mustard seed of self-love still left, make it 180. And you'll be happy. And you'll be ill. And everything shall be restored to you. But you got to surrender yourself to God. Read Psalm 15 and 144. I'm telling you, like milk. It does the body good. I'm telling you, listen, I'm so sorry, guys, if I have to inconvenience you with this type of shit. But I think I have to. Oh, my God. Oh, don't get old. Ah. You know, you try to make it classy, but, you know, you got to put, like a tin man. You got to put oil on the fucking joints and knees. Because or start going out and working out. I wish I could. I don't be having the time. There's too much to do, too much to say. You know, Virgo, we live to work. We work to live. And we don't mind being alone. I like being alone. After 12 years, 5 years was blissful, 7 years was hell. 12 years, I'm done. Let me enjoy being a bachelor, being by myself. I got nothing to fear. I got what I need, what I want. Let me just enjoy being a bachelor again. I do like that. I think I have more fun when I'm by myself. Well, I will not always be by myself, and I have my creator, and I'm good. Remember, Queen Elizabeth married England. That became her home man because she couldn't trust a human male. I'm doing the same thing. I'm marrying God, and that's it, and I'm fulfilled. Sometimes you gotta do that. Because when you reach a certain level, it's very difficult to find someone that's your equal and that has mastered these lower nature desires. And some, it's a continuous process that can take you to death. I'm not completely evolved completely, but because I'm heading that direction. But because I'm heading that direction. Because I'm heading that direction, God grants me favor. Oh, God, it's a little hot. It's a little hot. It's a little hot. Please do not call me if I'm on the air, please. Somebody's trying to call me in all kinds of ways. They don't care. No respect. They don't care. Now I will not call you back. So I tell you, I hate to redo that, but how many times have I told people not to do that? Like the person knows they're doing it on purpose. It's that important. Yeah, let me put you here. Oh, did it change on me again? Sheila Maynard, don't be rude. Don't be rude. When I'm ready, I'll call you. That's a Capricorn. You know Capricorn. Do not be rude. You know that you're not supposed to call when I'm doing. You know better. What could be so fucking important? There you go. There you go. Okay. Let me tell you. It was a little difficult. I ain't gonna even lie. It was a little difficult to I think this gets you better. It was a little difficult to talk about Pluto in Gemini or in the third house because again we didn't have reference. You know, we don't have the reference. So I had to do some, deep meditation. I had to do some deep meditation to tap in. The Akashic records. I had to do that in order to give you a real good representation of Pluto in the third house. And I'm going to be doing this throughout the other houses. I might do a reprieve for the second house, Taurus, and the first house, Aries. It depends. It really depends. But before I now go into Pluto in the third house, the vault, right? And then do a reading for those of you with Pluto in the third house. Let me say hello to some of you on Sunday and know what you guys think, feel. I did have my Mr. Magoo over here. Hold on, give me 1 second. Mr. Magoo! Uh-oh, and I thought I had him here. Do I have it in my pocket? And if I don't, fuck it. You wing it. They like to move it around and about. That's what it is. To get my attention. You know, the church, it's Sunday. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Let us raise you up. Oh, no. We got you here. All right. Okay, I'm going to say hello to everybody. Let's see who's here. We have Rayu. Fabulous. Abu like. Italy. Yeah. And we have, who else do we have? Great Blackness, how are you? Isis. Kay. Yes, you made it live, Lydia. Odin, hey, how are you? And Trenton Quinton. Keaton. I am talking about Pluto in the third house. I just don't jump right in. I have to give you preludes, And these are preludes that you need. Okay. Amor to you too. This is Estella. Estella, very similar to Abella, which Abella I have to call you today. We took care of what we needed to take care of, but that demon kept coming back, and we had to try something else, and we finally got it under control. We found out its name, and we banished it out. Okay. Who else is here? Kaylin? Agril. Hi, how are you? Ruby. Bennett, how are you? And we have Taurus Sun Leo. I never did. The only unless alcohol and my weed, that's not drug anymore. It's never been drugs. Now they're making it legal because everybody does it. There you go. And let's see who's that. Mendez, how are you? Mendez, you have a question. Okay, Fernando, I have a question. Does a spiritual attack consist of unexpected, intense bone and joint pain in the middle of the night? Well, what is the first thought that comes in your mind? If you are thinking in that way, then the answer is yes. Because that's your inner spirit talking to you, letting you know what's going on. Again, a lot of people don't connect with their inner voices. You know, the inner voice, which comes from the solar plexus, talks to us. The other type of inner voice that's not ours, that does not come from the solar plexus, but from the crown, the open channel, are the archons, and also ancestors and good spirits, and come from the gut level. That's yours. Okay? You've got to learn the difference. You've got to learn the difference, and only you can discern that. No one can do that for you. And that's going to take deep meditation and deep contemplation. Okay? You're welcome. You're back, terrible. I'm awesome. Don't forget to give to the channel. We know Uncle Fernando needs to get the channel going. That's why I have not been consistent also, because we are taking care of so much damage control of what's going on. They these powerful enemies, they are bent in trying to get me off the air, but they got the right emperor, because you know, you all know that Aries movie, fight. And but I don't like what's going on here. This is so ugly and so unnecessary. Alrighty, okay. You guys are awesome. I love you too. And you guys have the same powers. You guys have the same abilities I do. You really do. You really, really do. We are all born with our gifts. But you have to decide that you're going to use them. And pay the price to do it. Don't take it away from somebody else. You think the universe is going to let you do that? It's an insult. Anything that's divinely given to you cannot be taken away. Please understand that. It's an insult to the Creator. And trust me, I could not have done a better job than karma. Karma will fuck you up. I gotta pray to God to be more merciful, because I can never avenge you the way karma does. Ooh. Let me carry my stock. Ooh, scary. Ooh. Who wants to put themselves through that? Who? All right, it's 38 minutes, so we're doing good timing. I hope you guys, those of you who are doing what you're doing, are listening to me and stop doing what you're doing. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, you are going to die. And I'm not afraid to tell you, you're going to die. They're not playing. When God unleashes the avenging angel, it's serious. It's serious. And I don't know who you are. I don't know most of who you are. Some of you are Emery's friends. No reason to attack me. Does nothing to you. And now your lives are fucked up. And the karma is going to stay for a good 7 years. Now, was it worth it? It's fucked up. A lady had a heart attack, I heard. Try to do something. Another woman had a stillborn child because she did witchcraft on me while she was pregnant, so he came back and he killed the child. All kinds of shit. And now they're blaming me. They think that I'm doing it. No. God is returning it back to you because of your intention. It's your intentions that is killing you. To somebody who's done nothing to you. And I don't even know you. It must be an intense hatred of yourself. That's why you gotta surrender to God and to let Him fix what's troubling you, what is hurting you so much that you have to project it on an innocent person. Don't get me wrong. Nobody's innocent. Nobody in this world is innocent. But when it comes to the personal relationship between you and me, I am completely innocent of anything that may be afflicting you. Because I don't fucking know you, and you don't know me. Ain't no words. Again, talking about Pluto in the third house. Communication, slander, libel. People lying on you, saying terrible things about you. And then people not checking the facts, believe it, and then they attack. And then they find out that they've been set up to do that. That's what this is about. You didn't check your facts. You were set up to attack me when the real attacker is the one that put you to do it. Don't allow yourself to be mentally manipulated like that. Fierce. Fierce. Well, without further ado, let us discuss Pluto in the third house, which is, oh my God, you fell down again. You shit. I'm drinking the Aperol and you're the one acting like you're drunk. What is going on here? What is the matter? Are you capturing something? Are they throwing something? Do I ring the bell? If you ring my bell, ring my bell. Well, no, don't ring it like that. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, this is crazy. You know, thank God I have a sense of humor. Listen, when you do this type of work, remember, I've been doing this my entire life. You know, you gotta develop a certain wisdom, a certain buoyancy, because let me tell you, if I didn't find the humor in this, I think I'll be going crazy. I'd be going crazy. If I not find the humor, I'd be going crazy. You gotta see the humor in this. I mean, it's not funny that we got people dropping like it's hard, dropping like it's hard, dropping like it's hard. And for what? Over nothing. Over nothing. Over motherfucking nothing. Vanity. Or jealousy. Something that, being envious over something that ain't yours to be envious about. Knowing full well that you're just as capable as I am. No exception. No, it's fierce, let me tell you, it's fierce. It's fierce. Okay, really don't move. There we go. Okay, the vote. Pluto in Gemini. Or Pluto in the third house. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a long one. We're going to read this. We're going to end because we'll probably end in an hour. And this is what, how much I got left? It's about it's 44 minutes in. So I got about 15 minutes. Then I have to come back and do another one to do the reading. All right. Yeah. Here we go. Let me show you. Pluto in the third house. Let you know, I do the work. I do the work. Thank you. I do the work. You want to be famous? You want to be rich? You want to be popular? Do the work. Don't covet. It's not yours. Do the work. And you will be equally rewarded. And have the courage to do the work. Alrighty. Pluto in the third house. Let me tell you something. When it comes to the third house, we have to look at the mundane, the functional aspect of Pluto. It helps if you understand 3 basic principles of Pluto. Number 1, Pluto functions in extremes. Number 1. Number 2, there is no compromise between good and evil. You must choose which side of the pole you want to be in. Evil or good. You cannot be in the middle or create a synthesis of the two. No. There's too much power here to permit a compromise. You have to choose. Are you going to be an angel or a demon? This decision can pull you in oscillating psychological directions that can last you an entire lifetime or multiplicity of lifetimes. With Pluto in the third house, it will be a conflict, a constant inner conflict to be a good person. Because the evil will pull you like a black hole pulls everything. Not even light can escape it. This is the power, the intensity of Pluto in the third house. So know that it's a principle of extremes, number 1. Number 2, there is too much power to go either way to emit a compromise. So you must choose which cornerstone you're going to be in. And number 3, you have to have a focused direction as to where you're going to funnel that energy. Is it going to be towards your brothers and sisters? Because the third house rules brothers and sisters. Will it be your cousins, second cousins, aunts and uncles? Will they play a role in influencing you, or will you be the one to influence them? Who's going to destroy who? The third house rules the environment. Pluto in the third house is analogous to the Gaza Strip or Tel Aviv, Israel. You cannot walk in peace in Israel because there might be a bomb planted somewhere where if you step it, you blow up into pieces. Or if a van comes in the middle of a square, it blows up and everybody's killed in that square. Pluto in the third house means suicide bombers attacking the community by exploding themselves and everybody around them, killing children, killing women, destroying government structures, destroying schools. You don't feel safe in your own environment because you don't know where the killer's going to come from. The planes crashing into our World Trade Center, that was Pluto in the third house. The environment downtown was destroyed and thousands died that day, 9/11. There's another example of Pluto in the third house. The opposite of the third house, Gemini, is Sagittarius. And we were attacked by a foreign culture. So again, it's in keeping the polarity of the third house and the ninth house over idealistic ideals or beliefs that are different than ours here as we live in the West versus the Far East, which is a whole totally different philosophy. Clashing. It's serious. It's deep. It's deep. Hi, Julie. How are you? Oh, I'm good. Listen, can you go and buy me some milk and some butter? Take my little bike, because, I've lost the keys. I don't know where it is. Okay, no problem. I'll go on the bike. Oh, listen, I also have to go down to the post office and get me a package that they told me that I need to go get. Oh, mom, be careful. You know, it's not a good time. You got, I know, don't worry. Bye, buddy. The girl takes the bike. The mother goes up, puts the ignition, the car blows up. Now, oh, that could have been her daughter. That's Pluto in the third house. Now, you might be saying, Fernando, why are you talking about negative? Well, Pluto is negative. Evil. Scorpio. The good part of Pluto is the end result of the transformation, not the process or the prelude. All that is just horrible, terror. Gemini rules jealousy. The third house. How do we incorporate jealousy here? Well, did you what with Annabella Scotia and Rebecca De Mornay called The Hand That Rocked the Cradle? Watch that movie, The Hand That Rocked the Cradle, with Annabella Scotia and Rebecca De Mornay. What a chilling, disturbing movie. Oh, and Rebecca De Mornay, the actress who played the villain, fantastic job. Oh my God, she exudes Pluto in Gemini on the third house. Oh my God, I can't tell you now. Not a must see the movie. I can't tell you. It'll fuck it up. You watch that movie, and you don't know why this woman is doing what she's doing. We don't like, why is she doing this? Why? Oh my God, it's terrible. And people in the theaters, people go mad. I'll take that fucking bitch and I'll kill her and I'll cut her up into pieces. All my people, men were angry. They were, oh my God, like if I catch that bitch, I will kill her and I'll be good. And people enjoy taking turns. Then I said to myself as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, what kind of trauma did this woman suffer that made her into this monstrous killer? Diabolically calculating killer. The serial killers of the 70s would be, oh, damn, bitches, something, damn. The other one, damn. Even the serial killer would, damn. Because, hell knows no fury like a woman scorned. Gotta watch that movie. Human motivation, intent, revenge. Ooh, I'd rather you give me that bitch hot. Don't give it to me cold. Oh my God, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Gotta watch that movie. Fierce. Fierce. Pluto in Gemini. And she did not stop until she got her objective. But I ain't gonna tell you the ending and what happens. Then when you get the real story, you kind of feel sorry for the person. You feel sad. This is what drove the person to become this monster. There is always a reason. Always. So, when you got Pluto in the third house, I'm going to give you, well, let's see, because this is encoded. And the book of Leviticus, this is the Torah I got up here. The Torah is here, and I got a new Bible. Well, no, I know all my sacred texts have been destroyed in the fire, but this one barely survived. This one barely survived, and my Torah survived. I took it down. Well, I have to get up now because you can't put the Bible on the floor and it's sacred. Let me put it over here. No, it's too close to my butt. Can't go there. Wait a second. Put it right there. Okay. See, this is complex. This is complex. That's what took me a minute to research this and tune into this. Because it's a lot of that has to be kind of like how can I put it? See, the third house is a functional house. The exposition that we find in the Big Bang with Pluto in Aries coalesces and become internalized in Taurus, where we don't know or understand or can even guess what the Taurian is thinking or feeling with Pluto here. No, like I mentioned, the second, eighth house, which is the Taurus Scorpio polarity, is a very psychological polarity, very internalized polarity. And the behavior reflecting that internal psychology might not be reflective in the population. So you could be with a Plutonian with the second house Pluto and not fully know who they are, understand who they are, or even get a single mustard seed of vibration of what they could be or what they're capable of being or capable of doing. In the third house is the opposite. Everything is externalized for everybody to see. So the person with Pluto in the third house will not be able to hide the intensity of this energy. They might get away with it in the second house in Taurus, but not in Gemini. It'll be externalized. You'll look like a freight train ready to hit if it's unbalanced, or you'll come across as a cold, stealthy, calculated killer. Even though you're not, that's the energy that's going to emit. And that's going to scare people. Of course, it depends also on the degree that Pluto is found and if it's retrograde or not, and any aspects that it's doing to that house, and the ruler of the house and the final depositor of that house. So, let's see. Let me see how I can do this, because this is complex math. It is. It's a sacred geometry and all that kind of stuff. So let me just see here, because I had to write it all down. Because this is the type of knowledge that you get that is not abstract. It's funny because you think the knowledge that's more abstract is more difficult to deal. Not true. It's the opposite. Here we have concrete aspect as abstract, but which is actually a lot more difficult to kind of decode. The numbers related to this house are numbers 3, 6, 9, which are prime numbers. That's strange. I wrote a whole other entry. What's going on here? I wrote an entire entry is missing. And I wrote this. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. I had to do a chart on Gemini and the third house. I had to do a whole numeric grid so that I can get at the Hebrew interpretation of the final letters and the final numbers, or what we call gematria, to get more information on Pluto in Gemini or in the third house, since nobody was alive and there's no record of it. So we have to tune in and figure out what it could have been. Okay. We have, that's the integers. The integers are 3, 6, and 9, which are prime numbers, and then you have the whole numbers, which is 21, 24, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, and 48. And these numbers in the Hebrew, or in the Torah, in the alphabet, or in the Talmud, give codified meaning behind these numbers, and their letters and final vibrations. Here, so I'm going to mention the threes. And this is not going to be positive. Oh, God, it's getting hot. Oh, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Yes, I gotta make it fun somehow. This is rough. Rough. Oh, God, it's so hot. No, I ain't trying to be sexy. It's just hot. No, and it's not, it's different kind of heat. It's not like magnetic, or like microwave, like you be like, oh, God. But that's Uranus. Okay, here is the first, okay, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was in a trance when I wrote this, so I don't remember it. 11, 12. It sounds like I'm shocked as I'm reading what I wrote, because I don't remember reading none of this stuff, because that's them. These are the 12 principles of destruction. The 12 principles of destruction. with Pluto in the third house of Gemini. The first rule, conceal your intentions. The third house is a relative house. Not relative in the sense of, that it can be more of the same in comparison. No. Here, relative, I mean that it's a relationship house. What are the relationship houses? The air houses. The 7th Libra, the 11th Aquarius, and the 3rd Gemini. These are the relative houses. The emotional houses is the 4th house, Cancer, the 8th house, Scorpio, and the 12th house, Pisces. And then you have vitality of spirit. And these are your fire houses. The first house, the ascendant, the most important point in the birth chart. Leo, the 5th house, and Sagittarius, the 9th house. And then you have the material houses, or the wealth houses. 6th, Virgo. 2nd, Taurus. And cardinal, Earth, Capricorn, number 10. So when you have Pluto in a relative house, then we are looking at a very diabolical mind. A strategic mind whose sole purpose is to destroy human relationships, because the third house is a relative house, relationship. Relationship with your brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, third cousins, second cousins. Relationship with your teachers, third house rules the teachers. Your mentors, neighbors. You have a problem with all these people. Third house was writing. You could write something that could get somebody in trouble or kill somebody by what you write to them. The third house was communication. Language, your use of language. You could kill somebody by what you say to them. These are weaponized arsenals. With Pluto in the houses, whatever virtue is in that house, Pluto here will bring it to a whole different level of beauty and transcendence, or it will weaponize them and make them weapons of mass destruction. Remember that Pluto rules the masses along with the moon, which is why Pluto is the esoteric ruler of Cancer. Both the Pluto and the moon rule the masses. So the first rule of destruction is conceal your intentions. Don't let the person see your intentions so you can catch them by surprise and then destroy them. Court attention at all costs. Second law of destruction. Well, what these people are doing to me with the witchcraft, it's been happening since January, non-stop. Sometimes you just can't stop. Sometimes you just can't stop. Yay. That's fucked up. I admire their resilience. But this is one of the laws that they're using. At all costs, continue. To the point of exhausting your victim. In this case, me. But that's not going to happen because I walk with God. And they're the ones that will be, exhausted and eventually destroyed. Witchcraft falls in the third house. Because you have to, you have to do stuff. Take things of nature. And do the craft. So it rules witchcraft and the manipulation of nature. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make that man love me. I'm going to make that woman love me. Yeah. Let me take, Mother Nature, can I have permission? Let me take one of your cotton balls. Let me take one of your cotton balls. And let me dip it in vaginal blood. Or let me dip it in sperm. And then I'll take some parchment paper and write her name or his name and roll it up. And then take a bud of a rose and open it up because it looks like a pussy, it looks like a vulva. Put it in there. And then put it on the new moon so it can sprout on the full moon. And on the full moon, I get my man or I get my woman. That's third house activity, witchcraft. Again, what is witchcraft? The manipulation of nature and using it to gain. And only wizards and shamans and magicians that are ordained can do this. Not would-be magicians. There's a difference. So understand that when you got Pluto here, you have the potential to develop all that. And then you have a choice to use it for good or to use it for bad. And we reached over an hour, and I still have a lot to cover about Pluto in the third house. So I'm going to finish in the second video and then go into the cards. Guys, please donate. Be generous. We know that we are under attack, and I'm doing everything in my power to save your channel. Right? So now I'm going to go have a little mashed potato, a little chicken. And no, that sound right? Does that sound right? And then I'll come back and I'll talk to you soon, guys. Thank you. Thank you.